Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into something, unfortunately, that is very, very real. Why do so many real estate agents fail in this industry? Like, what is it about this industry that makes people actually fail? When most people first get into real estate, they think, wow, that agent just sold a $500,000 home and made 15K. I just need to do that 10 times a year and I would be doing great. Right? Wrong. Here's the truth, and it might sting just a little bit, but here's what you need to hear. There are several reasons agents fail, and I'm going to go over these so that you don't make the same mistakes, or if you're currently in the industry and you're winning, but maybe not winning at the level that you want to be winning. I am also going to touch on the solution to avoid these. Number one, it's just much harder than it looks. That's the truth. People jump in thinking it's going to be easy. We're just going to show people cute homes and all the homes are going to be nice and clean, which is not always the case. And it's not real. Real estate is extremely competitive. It's emotional and often unpredictable. It doesn't have to be that way. If you learn to run real estate the way it should be ran, it doesn't have to be that way. So get real about your expectations. Real estate is a business. It is not a lottery ticket. Next, commit to ramping up. Like, there's a ramp up period. It takes time to ramp up. And the truth is there's the right way to do it and the wrong way. Are there a few different right ways? Absolutely. You can get success from a lot of different ways, but finding out really what type of business you want to run. What I hear and see so much is agents, of course, getting online, following a bunch of different real estate agents. Some maybe are successful, some are not successful. And it's almost like there's so many options out there. It's like, what should I actually be doing? So yes, there is a ramp up period, but during that period, you need to really, really make sure that you are doing what you should be doing to actually build a long-term business. And unfortunately, a lot of people focus on the wrong stuff. They just do. Next is find a mentor or work with a coach to shorten your learning curve. And I know I say this a lot, but I am really big on this. Be so careful on who you follow. There's a lot of people in any industry, whether it's the financial industry or, anything, name it. There are mentors and coaches and people claiming to have it all figured out. And winning in real estate for 1 or 2 or 3 years is not winning in real estate. There's shifts in the market, there's ups and downs in the market. So just making sure that you are really listening to those who have been in the industry and actually winning at a high level for a decade or more, just to really make sure that you're following the right people. It will shave off like years of trial and error and just make it to where you actually succeed. Next, number 2. It is a sales and relationship business. I think this is another reason a lot of agents fail is they don't understand they're getting into sales. I am guilty. Maybe you had this figured out, but when I got in over 20 years ago, I had no idea I was getting into the sales industry. I worked as a paralegal for 8 years before I was headed to law school, and I actually shifted and decided to get into real estate, and I had no idea I was getting into a sales industry. So if you are like me, I'm here to tell you, you're in sales. This is a sales industry, and it is like 1000% a sales industry, which is amazing, and I love sales now. I just didn't know what I was getting into. And it is a real estate relationship business. So it is a relationship business. That is something that took me about 10 years to figure out, truthfully. A lot of people, there's transactional agents and there's relationship-based agents. Long term, I'm telling you, for ease, predictability, doing the right thing, all of those things, the relationship side is the side that you actually want to be on. And that does not mean that you can't do a ton of transactions, but it is a relationship-based business. If you don't like talking to people, building trust, or selling, this industry will chew you up and spit you out. Homes don't sell themselves. Relationships do. So here's some solutions to that. A solution is learn to love the process of talking to people, not selling at them. Build trust and relationships. Focus on building a database and following up consistently. Relationships equal revenue. I know this is hard if you're not hitting your goal, but at some point, and really you should be thinking, it is not about the outcome. It is about what is best for this client. And I think, yes, do they need to be led? And do you need to know when to let go of certain clients if they're not serious and wasting your time? Absolutely. There's a fine line to walk on that. But focusing on the people versus the outcome is the way to go. Number 3, they don't have any systems. They have no schedule. They have no success. That's just the truth. Too many agents treat real estate like a hobby. They don't run it like a business. No daily schedule, no lead gen system, no follow-up process. If you don't treat it like a job, like an actual job and like a business, don't expect to get paid like it's an actual job or a business. You just won't. So here's some solutions to that is create a daily schedule and treat it like a real 9 to 5. And I don't know, it may have to be different hours than that. Next is block time for lead generation. I always do that in the morning. 100% of the time I book appointments in the afternoon. Follow up on those appointments, admin work and education. Using CRMs, calendars, templates, checklists. Again, this is a business, so running it like a business is really, really important. Track your activities. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. Number 4, they rely too much on their broker. This is a big one. I cannot tell you how many people say, well, I had to switch brokers because they weren't giving me leads or they didn't help me succeed. Newsflash, your broker is not responsible for your success. They might offer support and tools, but at the end of the day, it is on you. So the solution to that is to understand that. And I get it. I don't think I ever relied on my broker for actual success in the industry. I did rely on them though to help me with the contracts and be support to make sure that I fully understood those contracts and the legal side of things. That is what your broker is there. And yes, there's brokerages that have training systems and things like that, but I would be really, really careful. Just your success is up to you. So take ownership. Your broker is a resource, not your boss. Find outside training, masterminds, or mentorship that align with your goals. Within the first 6 months, I hired a coach outside of my brokerage, and I actually had a really good broker and a good training system within my company as well. And I still hired an outside coach because I wanted to follow someone that actually had done what I wanted to do and scale the way I wanted to scale. And for me, if I can shave off time, sign me up. I don't want to waste 5 years trying to figure something out. Why do that? Why not follow someone that's already done it? So remember, be careful who you follow. Ask better questions, take initiative, and be resourceful. Your success is your job. I just would love to pause for 2 seconds. Hit subscribe if you are getting any value out of this. If you could just pause, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. You'll be notified, of course, of any videos coming out. I'm constantly sending out videos on all different types of subjects that I've learned over the last 20 years and what my students currently are learning right now. So please pause, hit subscribe. Thank you very much. Number 5, they don't understand their finances. Oh my gosh, this is a really big one. Making $15K on a deal sounds great until you realize you didn't save for taxes. You overspent and your actual net is way lower than you thought. There could be agents in the industry for 10 plus years that still focus on their gross versus their net. Gross is very different than net. I know you go to these award ceremonies and you see all the agents getting gross awards, like their gross commission, their GCI. They're getting awards on their GCI, and I get it. That's probably the best. That is the best way to do it. That does not mean that that's the amount of money they're taking home, especially if they're really heavy on a front end sales team, like buyer agent sales team. Oh my gosh, gross versus net there's a huge gap. So just keep that in mind. Also, reserves equal peace of mind. Of course, reserves in our personal life. as well as reserves in our business. It's no different than any other business. You want reserves. So what is the solution is separate your business and personal bank accounts. Hopefully you know that. Know the difference between your gross versus net. Save 25, 30% of every commission check for taxes before you spend it. Build a reserve account, ideally 3 months of expenses. Of course, hopefully you have a reserve as well for your personal expenses as well. Next, track your expenses and use a basic accounting tool and hire a bookkeeper if you need to, if you don't have the time to do that. Number 6, doing the same thing every single day and expecting different results. We've all heard that, right? Same actions equal same results. You have to adapt, learn, test, and improve constantly. So what is the solution to not doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting basically the same results? Analyze your results monthly. What's working? What's not? Of course, follow those in front of you that are actually winning, that have actually done it. Do not follow those that have never done it before at the level that you want to do it. Stay coachable and invest in your personal development. In sales, and I think in businesses for sure, your income doesn't grow until you grow. It's just a fact. Like that's just the way this industry works. And I believe like an entrepreneur, anything like that, they usually grow, their income grows when they actually grow. So adapt and improve. Growth comes from change. So bottom line here is real estate can be, oh my gosh, one of the most rewarding businesses in terms of self-development. I mean, it can change your entire life and your finances, of course, but only if you treat it like one. So if you're thinking of getting in, or you are already in and struggling, or maybe you are having some wins, but you're just not hitting the level that you want to be hitting, or that the level that you actually know you're capable of doing, take a step back and ask yourself, am I really, really doing what it takes? You guys, I know this is something that my coaches even told me, just do more contacts, more contacts. I'm telling you what, it's the time that I actually shifted that and stopped believing that that was my only way to succeed. That cannot be your only strategy to get to that next level, because you will hit a top. You'll hit a ceiling. And there has to be more than just more contacts to grow your business. I've been there. I'm telling you, there's more to it than that. So if this helped or just hit home in any way, please hit subscribe, like the video, drop a comment. What's the biggest challenge you faced in real estate? Let me know. What is that? I would love to hear from you. Next, if you are an agent that is really, really serious about getting to that next level in income, predictability, systems, process, book a call with me personally. Let me see if you are a good fit for my program. Have an awesome day.